can
Okay,
have them
we're all
all.
good to go. Start us off. Hurry up.
You, man, I'm always the topic bringer. I'm always the initial topic bringer.
Okay, so you want me to start it off?
Yeah, man.
So I saw last night. It was just on my YouTube algorithm. It was like like a BBC news article from like the BBC channel, and it was like uh, it was so like scaremongering the title that I was like, what? And the story is actually pretty cool, and what it could mean for humanity. But the way they're wording it is very pessimistic and just classic news. And it was like AI creates 16 bioviruses. I was like,
Yeah,
what?
I saw that AI creates a new virus. Should we be scared?
So even the way it's worded there, should we be scared? So then I watched it, and it was basically that AI has now got fully coded the human genome, which is fucking cool as shit, by the way.
Fuck.
And in certain labs, they sort of asked a simulation to be run of like how they can sort of protect the human bacteria and genomes and stuff against certain viruses. And then it ran a simulation and then it created 16 new viruses that we didn't know of how it attacks certain things like certain bacterias within the human genome. So then scientists were like, oh, that's fucking interesting. So then it took like a bit of DNA or whatever and then made a reaction and then the AI sort of computer generated, I guess, formula said like, oh, if you put this bacteria with this, it'll actually cause this effect, and it did it, and it was all 16 were true. But then they were saying, yeah, but like, I thought like that's because Miss Stacey, she was like, see, this is why it's not good. I said, but hold on, but why isn't it? Because that means like there's preventatives for like maybe another COVID never happening because it's like we can already predict that if a virus comes along and it has these sort of characteristics, then we can just put in that equation into the AI machine of the genome and sort of get an instant antidote. It's like, what is this is attacking this? Okay, we'll use this then. But they were saying like, oh, now it could just be used as like a bio weapon. Like if other people get their hands on it, it was saying like, oh, these are like AI models that are running like high end labs. So like, they ain't to the general public. It ain't just like they're doing it in ChatGPT. It's their own sort of AI bot machine. So then it's like, oh, but if it got in the wrong hands, it could be used to make a weapon that we don't have to fight against because then it can. And I get it, but it's also like, but if it's also made in AI, the antidote could surely also be made in AI to stop it at the same time. Like the way they worded it would just piss me off because it's a good thing. That's like a breakthrough in science. Like we could maybe even eradicate like the flu. Imagine how big that would be. Like just never be ill again because there's just a constant thing that comes out that you just take now and it just attacks the bacteria that causes all of it. Like it's that's the future. But they're wording it as if like be scared viruses are unknown at the moment. It's shit.
Yeah, it's just the classic kind of fucking news BBC kind of reporting from that side politically is always going to take those kind of fucking standpoints. But yeah, it would be a good thing if you could just fucking pre-fire all the viruses that might pop up, and I could see how it could be used as a bioweapon because you could manufacture something so fucking, you know, just subtle. You could just slowly shut a country down subtly. You know what I mean? With
Yeah.
just something small that just chips away at you,
Could argue
like
it's already fucking happening.
with TikTok, man. That's social engineering at its finest. You
People
can't walk down
say
the fucking street anymore without
yeah,
seeing
some
some
people say TikTok, some people even go as far to say like just putting fluoride in the toothpaste is enough to get motherfuckers in line, you know what I mean? By subtlety.
yeah.
That is like a big common thing, like one that I hear. And chemtrails, man. Chemtrails and all that.
But
Yeah.
yeah, maybe it'll just go. Hey boys, like you fucking alter the DNA by a couple of percent here. You can slow down aging by fucking 40%. I mean, then we might all live to 150 or something.
Well, just that's what I said. I said the only negative thing there is more motherfuckers will probably stay alive. And that just means, we're already in an overpopulation sort of issue. So yeah, but I thought like that was quite a cool thing that like it created bacterias, then like formulas for them, and then scientists went and did them, and it was 100% all 16 out of 16 that it created was all able to be replicated in a lab and stuff like that. To
You know what's weird?
go on.
Do you think it like based on mathematics and percentages, say our average age that people live to is 80, but you can't fucking vote, smoke, blah blah until 18. That's basically a quarter. You know, it's 2 years off like a quarter of fucking your overall age.
Yeah,
If we increased lives to like the average lifespan was like fucking 200 or 150, should we bring the age up
to 25.
now
So
up to like 50? You have to become 50 before you can buy fucking.
I think it depends on the like because if it's still just the same 50 years, or so obviously it might be a little bit fitter and better. Like if you look at 50-year-olds now compared to like even movies in the 70s, you just see a dude. It's like he was 34, but he looks like 60. Like today's 60-year-olds look different even from like 20, 30 years ago. So like it's still 50 though. If it was like 50 and biologically and stuff, like age wise, you were 50 on the calendar, but biologically, like if you was to register yourself, you're like 38, then yeah, maybe. But if you're still just 50, then nah, just keep it just fucking 21 or something.
It, it it's crazy that we've even reached a point now where just a quick fucking injection or a pill at this point can just lose weight. Like we've gone into the human body and just found out how to just make it lose weight, like the biggest problem on the planet.
Yeah. Well, that's because it never used to be the biggest thing on the planet. You know what I mean? Obesity is a very new thing in the terms of like human race. Again, you go back and look at like the 70s, like in shape was just means you weren't fat. Like if you look at Adam West Batman, you just he was like barrel chested and he had like spandex and ties. He weren't like in shape. He didn't have like big arms. He just weren't fat. Like and so and then you got now where people are just fucking jacked beyond like comprehension.
My cam gone off.
Yeah, it says looking for the phone, and you got a little cat on there, little cat animation.
Yeah, I do think it's funny that we fucking like you wouldn't be surprised if there was a meeting somewhere and it was like, let's fucking what we should do is just get the whole population fat as fuck and then sell them all a drug to get thin again.
Uh,
Like
well,
you know what I mean that's the classic corruption that's probably happened out there, man.
yeah, it is true. I don't believe in any like tinfoil hat stuff, but like when I do hear stuff like that, I just think I don't put it past any government, any fucking people to at least explore those ideas. I mean, even go back to Hitler being a crazy bastard. Like he was legitimately trying to fucking figure out scientifically like a gay bomb. And that's just
Yeah.
one maniac, let alone like a bunch of fucking powerful people in a room together saying, how can we control this? So I don't put it past it being a thing, but I don't really believe there's an actual Illuminati. But I believe there's powerful people in the background that are doing some shit. You know what I mean? You'd be stupid not to if you know how fucking business works. But yeah, I don't believe in like an actual like Illuminati when like Kanye's throwing up signs and Beyonce and like they're all just gonna get together once a month and they will wear hoods and just like, oh, how can we like create a song that does this frequency to people so we can control them? Like, I don't believe in any of that fucking shit.
Yeah, I mean I believe in that one though. Like we've just fucking spent 30 years making processed shit foods really cheap and healthy fruit and salad and stuff really expensive. And then once 80% of the population's fucking obese, we've gone, yeah, now you need to pay to get thin again. It's like electric cars, man. I don't know, fucking 10 years ago or something, when the first couple of electric cars came out, the government did a scrappage scheme of, get rid of your diesel car. We'll give you a couple of grand towards an electric one.
Yeah.
It's free on tax. You get the government grant, all that stuff, and then you wait till the fucking nearly the whole population's got an electric car, and then they just whack tax on it. It's just a classic bait and switch, man. It's just fucking. It happens all the time.
Yeah, I was having like a sort of not argument but debate because Stacey feels a certain way about AI, and she hates that. There's data centers being built, and it's fucking up people's. One, it's fucking up the planet. Two, like they're putting it in places where it's obviously damaging infrastructure to villages and those type of stuff. Like it's not good. It's obviously heating up the planet apparently. So like, I don't agree with that, but I just said like I just think AI is used as the scapegoat for that because if you look down any fucking rabbit hole about anything that you've got, it's doing that. I said like there's a big famous thing that Joe Rogan goes on about like the the cobalt like mineral and that like in like Uganda and Africa and stuff like there's like actual like slaves for them to like mine it. And that's like a big proprietary that goes in most technologies, like the iPhone. And I've got an iPhone. I said, like, you've got an iPhone and that shit goes on. Like, if you go on any rabbit hole of how you get your stuff, it leads to some shady shit. Like,
Even chocolate, man.
yeah, anything. Yeah, so like, I get I get that you need to stand up and fight for something because if you just have that mentality, people can just walk all over you and fuck up the planet and do some shady ethical stuff to get product out there. I get that, but it's like being a vegan and proper shaking your fist at people and being like, "Oh, how dare you eat meat?" and protesting and all this type of stuff. And then she gets in a car and she got leather seats. You know what I mean? It's like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, but you can pick your fights, but it is just pick your battles. Like, I know that shit goes on the phone, and I could be like, oh, I'm going to protest getting an iPhone, but I like a fucking iPhone. And if it's going to happen, fuck it, I'm going to buy one. You know what I mean? Like, you pick your battles or certain stuff that I don't agree with, and I do agree with. But if you start going down, like I said, the rabbit holes of how all that type of stuff works, you will never sleep. You have got to just sort of get your head down and you can't take it all on. Like, that's why I don't think being as linked as we are virtually, that's the downside of it for me. Like, I love the internet, I love everything that we can do on it and all that type of stuff, and the quality of life stuff it brings. But I do think that we shouldn't be. I think that's why anxiety is probably not top line because you take on so much. Like you shouldn't know about that cobalt thing in Africa. That should just be going on, and you live in your little life, your circle. That's probably why like people miss the 60s, 70s, 90s because you didn't even know if someone was at fucking home. You just turned up and hope they were in. You know what I mean? Like, but now you're so connected and you know about every war. You can literally go online right now and see someone getting shot in a fucking gas station in America. You're like, okay. You scroll next, you see a drone bombing of like a fucking Ukrainian in a field from Russia. You're like, oh, okay. Like, you shouldn't see and know all that information. You're meant to only worry about your small little bubble. You shouldn't take on the worries of the world. Like some people should, because that's how change happens. But your regular person, you should just worry about your own little fucking group, man.
Yeah, it's true. I mean, if in your little personal protest you don't get the latest iPhone next year and you fucking, I mean, it ain't like you could get a Samsung or an Apple or any of that either because it's going to be in all them. You'd have to buy some fucking, I don't know if they even exist, like some British made fucking home soil, like little crappy fucking phone with no processing power. But it ain't
Yeah.
like if you did do that, you'd make any difference to the overall fucking stats of, who's buying them, and they're not going to see the dent of like, oh shit, we better fucking, you know what I mean? Because even if 1 million people stop buying them, like the cost of them locally sourcing their cobalt or getting it fairly anyway would probably mitigate the fucking losses. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like it
Yep.
probably cost them more to get that all fair than it would if 1 million people stopped buying them. So it's never gonna fucking happen. But to be
Yeah.
fair, like Mr. Beast though, he's making them changes on the cacao farms, and he's seen that with the chocolate and that.
Yeah.
That's pretty good, and he's in a position to do so. Like
Exactly.
he he can make his big business and say, "I want to do this fairly," and that he's like, he's fucking massive. Everyone knows what Feastables are, and he's doing his shit fairly. And to be fair, he's calling out all the big companies that aren't as well. But at the same time, what will it do, man? And
Well,
unless it becomes illegal globally, then
exactly. That's why I said like you have to pick your battles because just a regular person like me and you can do your own little protest and say, I ain't flying with this company, I ain't eating that restaurant, I don't agree with how they do that. And you can avoid them for your own personal moral sake and moral compass reasons, whatever. But yeah, you shouldn't worry about it. You can just not get the next thing or whatever and be your own personal protest. But unless you're in a position to do it, like if me and you was dead against something, there's not. you can't do anything. Like you're just gonna stress yourself for no reason. Like it's a big corporation. And again, maybe that's the wrong way to think about it because, then I am someone that is just nothing's ever gonna fucking change. But I am just like, just get on with it. Like I'm happy to help if it's a fucking real protest and it's like we need numbers and it's a real thing. I'm like, oh okay. For the most part, I just think, someone else is fucking sort that. You know what I mean? Like, I'll bring nothing to it. I'm not educated on it. I haven't got the money to fund the fucking philanthropy fucking versions of it, like Mr. Beast. Like, I'm just a regular person, so I just want to worry about regular things that I can help and control.
Yeah, and if you were in the fucking boardroom at Apple and they said like, we've got this red button here. If you press this red button, we'll stop all the cobalt mining in the Congo, and we'll source it ethically, man. We'll fucking go above and beyond to just make sure everyone's treated fairly and that. You want to press it, and then like just as your fingers, they'll be like, yeah, the next iPhone will be like $3,000 though. So you want to press it still? And you'll be like, oh, whoa, whoa,
What
whoa.
I'd do before they even said the iPhone thing, I said, "Oh, if you press that red button, all that'll happen." He said, "Do you want to press it?" I'd fucking move it out the way and be like, "Oh, is this the new iPad? Is it?" I just thought, "Fuck that button, man! I want the new phone."
Tell me about the AirPods 4, man.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
like the point stands that if that shit did all happen, we'd all be spending fucking 2-3K on the next phone, man.
Well, apparently the price increase of the next iPhones have gone up, haven't they? To be fair,
I
because
don't know. I think
hold
the
on,
phones have stayed, haven't they? The iPads, iMacs, all that shit have gone up. But I think the phones
the new
steady.
phones the 18 will be a bit more expensive. I think by like
Mm.
£200 or something. I read, and then that iPhone Ultra, which is like their version of flip phones, meant to be like 2,000 or 2,500. Man, it's a fucking expensive phone. That is.
Fucking pricing it like it's two phones stuck together.
Yeah, it seems that way. Yeah, but I will be upgrading my phone in September. To be fair, I like getting the new one, and obviously we both got the 15 Pro Max. The new one will be 18 Pro Max. That I'd guess. So it'd be a nice upgrade. That to be fair, I'm probably going to do it.
Probably will do it this year. It's been a quick 3 years, man, and these phones have been solid, ain't they? To be fair,
Yeah, I think I'm going to go for a 2 year contract instead of three this time. Just pay it off more.
with that pay increase, yeah.
Yeah, and just 3 years. Like I think every 2 years is good for a phone upgrade. I think 3 years can feel a bit long, even though I still like this phone a lot. To be fair, and it pretty much feels brand new. Like I have really enjoyed the phone. There's nothing technically wrong with it, but I think every 2 years is where like when the iPhone 17 Pro come out, I was like, oh, I almost pulled the trigger then and just paid the rest of my contract off a little early. So I think every 2 years is where the itch starts coming in for me, and so I'd rather
I
just
think
pay for that.
I think because we both got the same phone on the same week as well, we've kind of kept each other in it, ain't we? Because we know we've both got the same one. It's been nice to just stick to the same one unless the other one is upgraded.
Yeah, yeah. So I'm probably gonna fucking upgrade, but yeah, I think Apple. Apple's probably going to be in a better place now, like we spoke before with the new CEO. So it's interesting to see how they're gonna introduce their new stuff because I do feel that they've let things sort of fucking get a bit mediocre. I look at stuff like Samsung are doing on their new phones and that, and I'm like, ooh, I might fucking jump over to Samsung, man. And then, but I do like Apple. I like the fucking ecosystem. To be fair, I like AirPods a lot. Like that alone for me is almost worth staying because I want to use my fucking AirPods as seamlessly as I do. I use an Apple Watch, but it ain't like I'm glued to that. I'm happy to get a fucking Garmin or whatever if it's a better product. It's just obviously it syncs better with my phone. Um, but yeah, the iPhone, I do like it. To be fair, I do like the stuff you can do on an Android in terms of customization and quality of life stuff. I do think it is way above Apple. Like Apple are just getting stuff that fucking Samsung had like 5 years ago. You know what I mean? But there's just something about I just like the iPhone. I think it looks nice. It feels nice. I play games on my phone, so like it's just a nice. It's nice. It's like it does feel like a premium fucking thing, you know what I mean? Like it's expensive, it's over $1,000, so you'd want it to, but it does feel like, oh, I love this fucking thing.
Yeah, the Samsung bodies and the screens and that are always nice, but there's just something a bit plasticky looking about the UI and the like the icons and just the way the menus move and stuff. It just
Yeah,
feels a bit.
I don't like the
Bit mixed.
cameras, like the 3 cameras on the Ultra. I like where the iPhone sort of cameras are laid out as well. I don't like the cameras and how it looks on the back. Bug me on a lot of phones too. But I think like
That-
iPhone's got it down.
The new fucking plateau though is looking pretty big on the new iPhone leaks.
Yeah, it
But
is.
if you want your fucking cameras to keep evolving, it's just gonna keep getting bigger.
So that like, I see videos. It's like a thing on the internet at the minute where I saw a picture the other day on Twitter, and someone went to China with an iPhone 1 and took a bunch of photos, and like looking at, and then someone was comparing to iPhone 17 Pro Max photos, and like there's not a huge jump really. Like in some instances, the actual iPhone 1 looked better on camera. Like
What,
no joking.
3 megapixel?
Yeah, like because it has like depth. It's like less process and stuff as well. Like if you look at how much it's jumped by really from like the earlier iPhones, I even sent a short the other day of like the same photo took in every single iPhone up to the new one. It's like it doesn't actually change that crazy, to be fair. Like as much as you probably think it would, considering like the first iPhone come out with a camera like I don't know 2008 or something like that. But yeah, it's not actually as crazy jump as you can imagine. I know like the company Huawei and stuff like that, and that Oppo, they have like the ones where they have like big fucking cameras on them, and they're like built for that. But the iPhone, it's sort of like straight down the middle. It's easy. You just pull out your camera and take a picture. That's like the beauty of it. You haven't got to like know about all settings, everything. It's kind of like the M4 gun of the camera phones. You know what I mean? It's like you just want it to do what you want it to do is just work and just
Yeah.
seamless bang boom done, took a picture, and then you can defer the processing if you want. But yeah, there's
think-
other phones where you got to set all that shit up.
Yeah, I think my dad's got an S25 or 26 like Enterprise Edition Samsung one,
Mm.
and he sent me a selfie the other week like fucking about, and I was like, "Man, why do you look so smooth?" And that he was like, "What do you mean?" I said, "You got all the beauty, fucking," because he never messed with the camera or changed any settings. I was like zooming in your face, man. It's all smooth and filled in, and then he fucking took it off. I was like, "Yeah, you're all processed and fucking like fake."
Yeah, yeah. Well, if you're viewing us right now, we're literally using our phones as webcams. You know what I mean? Like we use it like even this much that it even is a big thing, even for the podcast. So yeah, I will be upgrading in September if that's when they release it. I know that's when they have the WDC or whatever the fuck it's called that they have. But yeah,
I want to watch that. Pretty excited to watch that. You got the fucking GTA 6 event on Netflix.
yeah, the end of the month that'll be cool. You said you want to come to mine to watch that.
Yeah, I might do. What do you reckon?
I don't mind, yeah. Fuck it.
Well,
Should just
we
hang
can
out, eh?
Discord it, whatever, but it'd be nice to watch.
Yeah, I don't mind either way. I don't mind either way. To be fair, we can if maybe we can do it like how we do now, and then just record it, record our reaction to it or something. Maybe whack it at the end of a podcast or put it as its own thing. I don't fucking know, or it's just a short something.
Or just stream it.
Yeah, or we could just stream it like we are now. Yeah, so I'm
I'm
good for
hoping,
either.
I'm hoping for some crispy fucking physics. Nice engine, nice driving, nice fucking graphics everywhere.
Great soundtrack,
Yeah, I want it to be clean, man.
Voice
I want it
City.
to be, yeah, I want it to be so nice. I need it all fucking, I need way too many neon lights and just a purple haze off the fucking water and
Oh
nice
man,
reflect
yeah.
ray tracing, all that shit.
Yeah, I do love me some Vice City, so I am. I'm excited about seeing it. Like me and you spoke, obviously offline about it, and I think I said it's like 6 hours long. I think the showing is. I don't know, obviously, what that is. A lot of that's probably just going to be like talking to developers, and that it ain't going to be all gameplay. It could be, but I don't want to see all that. I just want to see how the driving looks, how the actual game looks, how it looks at how it runs. I think the performance is a big question mark for me personally. So to see it running in real time would be something I want to see.
It's weird
Uh,
because
yeah,
I kind of want to get on and like just boot the game blind and just be like, oh, like just mind blown. But I also obviously am too excited to not fucking watch what it's
yeah,
looking like.
you've got to look, man. It's GTA 6. It's the biggest fucking game release of all time. It's gonna be like it's on Netflix. The reveal, man, not even like a YouTube trailer. It's on fucking Netflix. That's how big it is. So
Crazy.
you've got to have a cheeky peek. Like I said, you ain't got to spoil it for yourself. But I don't know how big the game's gonna be. So even if it's 6 hours, man, that might just be like not even scratching the surface of what the game's got to fucking offer. Like I
Well,
have no idea.
GTA 5, when that came out, I did that in about 36 hours, the story. And that was a big fucking map, to be fair. It was a really big map, and that launched on PS3.
Oh no, mad.
So they crammed that map into PS3. So, I don't know. This could be fucking huge. It could be pushing the fucking PS5 to its limits, and, maybe they've got some limitations even. But
Uh,
I
if
hope,
they
I hope it's
released it, if they released it on PC, because they don't usually release it on PC till like a year and a half after regular releases in history. If and there's no like, I don't know if there's official announcement saying they're not doing it, but if they say, yeah, we're going to release it on PlayStation and PC at the same date, you can get it on both. What do you get it on?
it's got to be PS for me.
Then like, what about the modding thing? Like the whole like, what about if people get the role play stuff up quite quickly? You know what I mean? And you've just got to buy it again.
Yeah, I'll catch up to that, but it's got to be big screen for me, man. It's got to be laid back on the sofa, fucking. Hopefully we'll be in my new house by then, so I'll have like a new, fresh setup, fucking new sofa, chilling, big screen.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I can see the appeal to it. Obviously, if it comes to console first, then I'll do it on that. But if it's PC first, then yeah, I'm happy to just get it on PC as well, especially for the role play and the modding capabilities and stuff that all come with it. I don't know how long that's going to take to set up with a new GTA engine because, and obviously 5M, the GTA 5 role plays already got a big community and stuff. So I don't know, but I think I'd get it on PC if I had the option to get it on day one on either. That'd be my choice. But I'm thinking it's just going to be console first. But
We're going offs anyway, aren't we, on the game share? So
yeah, I'm just worried about just performance. To be fair, I'm worried about performance. I think like you might even need a PS5 fucking Pro to even play it at 60 FPS. My worry is, and
still thinking
I
about
ain't
it.
dropping 800 on that, man. That can go fuck itself. To be fair, that's like a GPU, man. A really good fucking GPU.
I'm still thinking about it. It's rare that I push my PC to the very edge anyway. You know what I mean? Because it's an all right spec now, but how often am I fucking blasting that to like fuck? I need more. You know what I mean? So that don't need any upgrades for a while again. So I might get a fucking PS Pro, man. The only thing is like it's not knowing how long we got left on this generation, because if we know GTA is going to be a bit rough, I don't want to get a Pro just for one game, which is GTA. But if PS5 is going to stick around for another 3 or 4 years, the majority of the games are going to be getting difficult to run on it. So a Pro might be a decent investment then.
I can see that way of thinking, but I think GTA 6 is also going to be a bit different to other games that will come out, like maybe a Spider-Man 3. You know what I mean? It ain't gonna be as intensive as like a GTA 6 is gonna be, but I do see your point. But I think like nah, if I'm gonna drop 800 quid, it is gonna be something to do with like a PC or even just like a fucking handheld or something. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather
Yeah,
get like something else for 800 quid than like a PS5 Pro.
I know. Yeah, that is true. There's a lot of things out there to spend money on it there, but
Like you could
I
get a
just
brand new fucking motherboard, a new case if you wanted to. Like you can like really fucking like kit out your PC from what you've got now for 800, man. You can get new SSDs, new RAM, new motherboard, new case, and that your PC is fucking good for a little bit then as well. And that you can get that for a lot less than fucking 800. You still maybe have about 300 left, depending on what motherboard and stuff you got.
I know, but the thing is, I've got the money for either, but it's needing an excuse. You know what I mean? Like I say, my PC's not really bothering me at the minute to need upgrading. But if I get on GTA 6 and it's fucking 4K 30, like I'm gonna cry. You know what I mean?
True, but then like you've just got a pro for then GTA 6 essentially, because then if you was to play then the other games, it might not like, but say like Wolverine 2 and stuff like that. Like if that was to come out, or like a Last of Us 3, it is probably going to run better on the PS5 Pro than just a regular. So then you could say like, yeah, I've got my money's worth because this just I know it's going to run nice. But yeah, it would just feel like it is just for the fucking one game. You know what I mean? But like PC, you'll jump on throughout the year multiple times on multiple different games, and knowing that that's just ready to just run. It was like your dilemma before you had like mini upgrades recently. It was like, I don't know if to get it on PlayStation or PC because the performance and stuff on running games was like, it was just a bit slower and stuff on your PC now. But if your PC is always fucking locked and loaded for anything, you're gonna be like, oh, I'll get that on PC and I can jump on that game and stuff. Like it's nice. It's nice having like a pretty good fucking PC, man. It's just so open to just play anything.
Yeah, I just don't think generally because anything I'm getting on PC is going to be multiplayer. I don't think there's anything multiplayer generally at the minute that is going to test it much. You know what I mean? At the settings I need, 1440p, so I can do most things on high anyway now. I had that
Yeah,
Abyssa, so I had that on high settings, 1440, and that was running maxing out my fucking frames at 180.
yeah,
And
that's
that
true.
was a pretty fucking hectic game.
Yeah, it was hectic. It was quite well optimized as well, though, which helps.
Yeah. I just it's a weird one because most console games, PS5, you run them in performance, don't you? Because you'll go 1080p or 1440 as long as you get fucking 60 or
I'd rather have
120.
the frames, yeah. I'd rather have the
Yeah.
frames and have the game feel smooth. Because even if it's like 1080p, but it's full frames, that alone makes the graphics just look better because it's smoother. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather have the performance over the quality for the most part.
Yeah, but I don't know if I want to compromise that on like a good looking game like GTA, man. If I
But you might have to.
if they can promise me like 4K 60 solid on the Pro, I might have to get one.
That's a good point. Yeah, what? So would you get one if like the could promise like 1080, 240, but
Nah. I mean, my most TVs are my TV as
it's
well.
144, isn't it?
It's 120.
That's 120.
So if it was 1080 120, I wouldn't really be that interested in that because 60 to 120 through a console don't seem to be a massive jump. I play a few games at 120. I was playing Spider-Man 2 this morning. I had it on 120. You can't tell much of a difference to 60. Even though like on PC, 60 to like 144 is a big jump.
You're playing on your TV though. I feel like you might be able to tell on like an actual monitor. You know what I mean?
Yeah, sitting right back and just swinging through the city, you can't tell too
Yeah,
much.
if you put it on your monitor, you might be able to tell the difference between 60
Yeah.
and 120.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like Rocket League, when I had a 144 monitor, if I tried to play 60, it was a fucking nightmare. Like
Oh
it
man,
was
yeah,
unplayable.
even just timing, like your timing's all off because you're used to the smoothness. Yeah, yeah, it's interesting to see what they're going to show, but it's exciting. It is exciting. Obviously it's the biggest game ever. So I'm
Yeah,
intrigued by it, and obviously it being Vice City, which is my favorite GTA, I'm all in.
I'm gushing for it to be fair.
I am optimistic. I'm worried about performance because it's notorious at the minute that games come out a bit shitly optimized because of Unreal Engine 5. And I know Rockstar, they're usually the goats for that type of stuff, but it's a different era, it's a different Rockstar, it's a different. I'm sure it's going to be a great game and they'll smash it, but I do have more concerns about it. And there's not like, I'm hoping they do talk about on this 6 hour thing, a lot of it like is integration of roleplay. That'd be sick if they could do that even for consoles too. Like
Yeah.
that'd be good. But then again, I'll worry about like performance and stuff doing that shit on the console too. So I don't know.
It's mad. It's mad the technological jumps we've made in the time that this is probably being developed.
Yeah.
Because like
Yeah.
Fable's got fucking hundreds of individual AI bots and characters built into each fucking NPC. And AI to that level's only been around for a couple of years.
True.
So, I doubt anything like that will be in GTA for the NPCs. Because I don't know if they would have the amount of time they've been making it, surely they ain't been able to just fucking chuck that in at the end recently.
Well, there has been delays, so maybe.
That'd be cool. Just
Yeah.
every motherfucker.
I see online I do when they're posting stuff about it, especially when it was like the post of them announcing that they're going to do like a big reveal on Netflix. There's like a mini protest that I saw in the comments of people saying if there's not going to be a disc version of it, they won't buy it. If it's just like a redeemable code, like a lot of games are, there's like no disc, no buy. I kept seeing like those comments. What are your thoughts on that?
Nah, fuck that. Nah, fuck. What, like, fucking, I don't know, fucking Margot Robbie don't align with me politically. I ain't gonna fuck her. Nah, I'm gonna
Yeah,
spite
true.
myself for that.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Fuck
true.
that.
Yeah, I agree with the sentiment. Like I've bought, I've got a digital PS5. I play PC games. Like all I buy is digital. To be fair, I think I spoke about it before. The last digital game I actually bought like disc was when The Witcher 3 came out, which was 2014 or something like that. So it's been a long, long time since I bought a disc. But I do think that it's a good thing that they're out there, like a secondhand market, because I'm the idiot that are just willing to like not have a tradable. If you got discs, you trade them in, and you can get shit knocked off for your games and that. Like, but if Sony, which they are in like doing in 2028, where they're taking away discs, if you look on their store, even games that are like 5 years old, man, they're still charging 70 motherfucking quid for those games. And then they're taking away their digital thing when you can't go to like a CEX or like a game or get like pre-owned stuff anymore. So then you're just forced to pay whatever they're sort of charging, and I don't agree with that. But I am
Yeah,
someone that's digital, but I do agree that the second-hand market should kind of be there for it still as well. And people like physical media, like people should be entitled to like, people like getting shelves full of like the games and shit like that. Like if you want to collect digital stuff, you can, but
yeah,
yeah, I do think it
yeah.
should be a thing.
I agree, and it, like you say, it ain't gonna affect me. So I just brush it off as whatever because I won't be affected. But I do agree it's a bit shitty and monopolizing and kind of just fuck you. You'll pay what we say because there's games out there obviously that are fucking like you say 4 or 5 years old, still 60 quid, and they're fucking 18 quid in CEX or something, or fucking 20 quid on Facebook Marketplace
Yeah.
on disc, and you can't just go and grab them. But it'd be interesting to see the stats of digital to fucking disc ratio of what people are actually playing these days. Because
Yeah.
if it's fucking 80-20 towards digital, then kind of fair, you know what I mean? But at the same time, manufacturing costs, and then if games are going to be getting 200 gig plus, can they fit it on the discs and
Yeah,
splitting it across?
the only way I can see them doing it is if they do like an online tradable thing, like with your keys. Like you play a game, you complete it, and you're like, I want to trade this in towards this new game that's coming out, and then it knocks them off the price, but then you lose the key and able to like play that game. If they could do it on like an online marketplace, that's better. Like they should do something like that. But yeah, Sony are bastards for just being like, nah, you're paying full price for this type of thing, and yeah, you're just not
Especially,
gonna have games.
especially after when PS5 and the latest Xbox were kind of launching, and they made that funny little advert saying, "This
Yeah,
is how you
that
share
was
games on
PS4,
PS4.
Xbox One. That was.
This is how you share games on PS4," and he just hands it to him with a little cheeky grin. Like, hey,
Yeah,
you've kind
like
of got that.
that's a joke on themselves now. Like that's like, yeah, I've seen that that's cropped up. Like when Sony have been putting out posts discussing all this and that, all the comments are just filled with that like video and just saying like, yeah, like, and it's like that common quote like, you live long enough to see yourself become the villain. It's that type of thing, and it's true. It is a dodgy one. I don't think it should be happening, but apparently I saw a post the other day and they said they've read the sort of comments and the disagreements of the community and people that they don't agree with Sony doing it, but they just said they're just going to continue going ahead and going to do it anyway. So they said, yeah, we're here, but we've got a business plan and we're going to stick to that essentially. It's like, oh, okay then. But
Yeah, they're
gaming at the minute it's expensive, man. And like, I think that's the thing when we talk about the PS6 and whatever the next Xbox is going to be. Like, how expensive is it going to be, especially with AI and how expensive RAM and microchips are and stuff at the minute. Like, the next PlayStation might even be a grand.
and especially when we do half each, and we still have to spend like 45 quid each. Oh, that's mental.
Yeah, that used to just be a game in itself.
Yeah, are we gonna go halves on Wolverine?
Yeah, like yeah, we'll stop be getting this. So yeah,
It's out in September. Yeah,
yeah, yeah. But like the PS6, like The console, even console's expensive now. Like, say when the PS5 came out, it was like 400 quid or something, maybe even 350.
I think it was 350 or 360, man.
Yeah, so like that is quite expensive. Like, not everyone's got that money to drop on something. But you know, if you know it's coming out at the end of the year and it's like April, you can just put like 50 quid away every month, which is doable. And then by the time it comes to like the PlayStations that you've got enough to just buy. So like it's achievable for I think for a lot of people. Maybe that's just from a privilege point of being able to say that. But I feel like you can chuck 50 quid away at like people if you really want something. That's not a lot of a sacrifice, is it? 50 fucking pound. Um, but now like 1,000 now, that is big. To be fair, like look at the PS5 Pro, like that's £800. Like the next
Yeah,
PlayStation might be a grand, and then you come into territories like, do I get a PC? Then at that point, like
yeah,
it might even the console is the everyman sort of like gaming. It's like it's the cheaper option, it's the plug and play option.
yeah,
It's what most people do. But if most people can't afford it now, and then if you're looking at the price and you think, well, I could just get an actual PC that's better and more equipped than that PlayStation. It's going to run games better and stuff and last longer, and then I can keep upgrading it myself manually. Like, I feel like they might start pricing themselves out as well, man.
yeah. It's true. That would be a big fucking a big payout, man. If you were going to get the latest one and it was that much.
A
But then
grand.
I guess just exclusives, man. I mean, you got kind of got to be fucking strong armed into getting them for the exclusives.
Well, I know Sony when they did that PS Portal because you don't run games natively. There's been lots of rumors that they're doing like an actual native handheld console, and I think I'll probably get that. To be fair, like that'd be cool to just play games, just chill
You
in your
know,
bed or whatever, and get trophies and stuff. Still, I like the idea of that.
you see how cheap the portals have gone now. I seen a pop up on Facebook for 80 quid, isn't it?
Yeah, I've been tempted by them a few times. To be fair, because apparently they just run good now, even on PlayStation, and I'm never going to really take it out anywhere because of I don't really like cloud gaming and stuff. But if they do actually come out with an actual console, it's like the PSP2 or something like that. You know what I mean? It's a proper sick like handheld thing because they're good. Like Stream Decks and stuff, or Steam Decks. I mean, and like even the Switch 2. Like if PlayStation brought out their own and it runs like native games on it, I could fuck with that.
Yeah,
Again, if that's like 800 quid though, that's gonna be like oof, do I fucking get one of them? Like I would like one, but it's not gonna be cheap. Shit's
yeah. It's
expensive
tough
at
to
the
stick
minute,
in.
man.
Yeah, I think you kind of sway depending on how many games are fucking flying out. You know what I mean? Because it's probably been a bit of a dry spell for the past 4 or 5 months for games. But if you're in that kind of October, November kind of area and games are just fucking launching, flying out, GTA, COD, Wolverine, fucking Ocarina of Time or whatever, like if games are flying, you're playing a lot of games, you might not feel so bad about dropping a big wedge on a console. But if it's a dry spell, it's gonna be like, man, I could fucking buy a car for this.
Yeah, yes, that's a fucking good point. So yeah, it is getting a bit crazy out there in terms of gaming prices, and it's a little bit worrying. And like I said, we're in a position where like we can just save and just afford that stuff. To be fair, but if you're thinking of like a kid, like if you're a little kid now, and you're like, oh, I want the PS6 for Christmas, and you're like, how much is it? It's like a grand. It's like fucking hell. Like back in the day, it's like 300 quid for like the latest console, and like that's expensive. And even if you got that, you'd be like, that's the only gift I want now. Just get me that, like 300 quid. And even then, like, you probably would have sweated, like, fucking hell, 300 quid, like asking for that. But if you're just going, Mom, Dad, can I get the new PlayStation? Like, okay, how much is it? Oh, it's a grand. Like, no fucking chance. You know what I mean? Like, how many people are going to be priced out, man? There's a
Yeah, it's
problem.
true. Yeah, it's true. But obviously, with the increase in RAM prices too, though, it's
Again, back to AI, and it's all the negatives of that in it, man. Like, PC gaming is even expensive to build one because of RAM and fucking all. It is a bit ridiculous.
I think it's funny that the whole world and all the big fucking corporations, governments, and stuff have been like fucking global warming. We need to stop using our cars, stop fucking using this, and then they're just plonking down big fat fucking data centers, just putting off hundreds of degrees of heat like 24/7, and just be like, well, yeah, like this fucking makes us a lot of money though, so we can use these. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's basically what Stacey's argument was, and yeah, yeah, I do agree. I agree that it's not a good thing that they do that, but Also, I think it's an easy. I said it's an easy scapegoat of shaking your fist sort of protest because, like I said, if you go down any rabbit hole, you can find a thing where, for materialistic reasons or whatever, like people are doing fucked up shit to government, to countries, to the consumers. The shadiest shit in anything. Like if you usually even go and look at like some of your food's fucking done, you'd be appalled. You wouldn't eat it. You'd be like, fucking hell, that's how I get my food. That's disgusting. But you fucking sit there and you eat your cheeseburger anyway. You know what I mean? Like you don't. Like I just think AI is the. I do think it is negatively affecting the planet by just chucking up data centers everywhere and that type of stuff. But I don't know. I could see the argument the other way and just be like, yeah, but that's just a necessary thing now until we get it efficient, and then once we've got AI working efficient, then it's the next step in evolution. Now we can do this and we can cure cancers and we can do all this with it. Like, I don't know. They might see it's a necessary sort of risk right now to sort of advance us. And maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I was saying, like, I don't know enough about it. I don't know if it, because she was saying the problem is she reckons there's enough data centers now that if they just said, okay, let's just cut off what the public can use and just use these data centers that we've already got established, they can do what they need to do with it. And I was like, I don't know if you can say that. I was like, because how do you know how much data centers it costs to just have Siri say thanks or something? I was like, I don't know, how much you need for even a simple task or what they want to achieve. You might just have to do that for a bit until then you can make it get more efficient within itself. And I said, like, look at computers. People probably said the same thing, and they used to be the size of fucking rooms. And now you've pretty
Yeah.
much got one on your watch. I said, like, it's the next step. Like, it's gonna have growing pains, and yeah, like that might come at the effects of the planet, and some ecological stuff that's gonna get fucked up. And I don't agree with that. But what about the things that it could fucking do if we do get it up and running? You know what I mean? Like, it could be the cures for cancers. It could be us getting into space. It could be us becoming immortal. Like, it's different to everything else.
The other thing is as well, it's not just a case of fucking, the public don't need to use it and they could just, it's fucking just ChatGPT alone's got 50 million paid subscribers monthly. Like they're gonna fucking chuck that paycheck away, just ChatGPT. And then on the other hand as well, clearly the public's fucking enjoying it because there's 50 million just in GPT that are paying to use it. So imagine how many are using it free. That could be fucking 100 million that are using just GPT. So part of it's on the public as well because they're kind of willing it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and the Pandora's box open now. There's no stopping this. There's no slowing it down. Really, like for better or for worse, it's either going to kill us or advance us. But I think I've said it here before, and I used it in my argument. I said, like, let's say it is like Rick and Morty, where there's certain civilizations and stuff that do just travel the galaxies because they're just so advanced technology wise. And then it's a common thing that they look at planets and go, oh, look at Earth. They've just created they're getting close. And it's a thing, like a known thing, where they either terminate themselves, like, they were never fit to make it then, or they get to it and they're like, they're clever bastards, they got it, they're leveled up now, they're like one of us type of thing. Like, that could be a necessary step in like evolution. Like it could kill us, but if it does, then unfortunately it fucking does. But if it gets us where we can like travel distances and stuff, because the Earth is going to end in like 4 billion years, which you could say who the fuck needs to worry about that. But if you want the human race to go, you have got to look at things like, oh, let's get to Mars then, and let's try and get to here and there, and then eventually like over years, if you look at how much AI is advanced in the next 5 years, if you have like a really high performing AI bot of some form of artificial intelligence in 200 years, what the fuck does that look like in AI's time? Like 200 years isn't even that long for like human race, but look at AI. If you just, okay, we want to travel, like the Earth's obviously heating up and dying and shit like that, and it's got a finite sort of resources, and we need to get out there and mine, and you level up AI to help you do that. That's like that's us evolving. That's the next big step, and it might not be even possible to do that without AI. You know what I mean? Like maybe it is a necessary thing. If you look at all science fiction, even Star Trek, Star Wars, and that they have like an AI sort of, even not Halo, with like Cortana. There's an AI something involved for you to be able to do the things you do. Maybe it is a necessary step of being the next thing.
Yeah, yeah. I've kind of gone past the thoughts of how can I fucking use AI to like make loads of money for myself. I'm just gonna fucking kick back and let AI do all of our jobs and get us to the point where I don't have to work. You know what I mean? I'll be happy with that fucking outcome.
Yeah,
We can chill.
yeah, it's probably coming. But yeah, it is an interesting one, and I was saying as well because Terminator 2 is my favorite film of all time. The premise of that film is something called Skynet, which is literally like an AI bot, and it sends nukes to then wipe out the human race and just set all the nukes off to like then start like a war and everything. And then that becomes obviously like the Cyberdyne War and all the fucking T-8000s and stuff like that. Like that's because of AI, and it's my favorite film, and the red flags have been there forever. And like my favorite films, everyone were like, "Yo, don't let AI get sentient, man, because this is what happens." But for some reason, even though I'm as pessimistic I am, I'm optimistic about AI, and I don't know why. I see the positives. I see it as like, oh, it can advance work and make human life easier and eradicate maybe the nastiness like viruses and stuff like we discussed at the beginning. Like I see it as like the potential of what it could be. I understand it could also erase us and set nukes off, and people it can get in the wrong hands, and then people do nefarious shit with it. But that's always going to happen. A car is the same way. People just get in a car and fucking run people over. Like you're always going to get mad people that fucking take over something and make it a bad thing. But I don't know, for some reason about AI, I'm oddly optimistic about the potential of what it can bring, man. I don't know why.
Because it's your little mate in your pocket that helps you do work.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't. I actually don't know what it is. I don't know if it's just hope. Like, oh man, there's something cool on our fingertips in our lifetime here. Like, and the potential of what it is, especially when I hear about it in a quantum computer, like the genome and stuff that they've put in there. Like, they want to do that in a quantum computer because then that runs off atoms, so then it can actually like physically change DNA in real time, and that could be like the key for immortality. And that's coming in the next 5 years. Obviously, there's already quantum computers, but AI and everything is still being built, and ain't quite there yet. But like, what does another 5 years look like with this snowball rolling of AI? Is it gonna hit a plateau because the funds, the cost, what it's doing to the economy and what it's doing to the planet? That might have to just be pulled back a bit. 'Cause it's like, well, we're going a bit too fucking crazy, or is it just going to explode even further? And in the next 10 years, there's fucking crazy shit that we can't even imagine.
Yeah, I think it'll just keep snowballing and going. I think companies and big corporate fucking conglomerates will just be getting fucking world loans and borrowing money if they have to. You know what I mean? They'll just pool it all together, or they'll just fucking print more. If it means just building the biggest, baddest fucking AI, like they'll do anything to do it. I think.
Yeah, it's crazy that we've even got now with AI, because if you look at like a Star Trek or something, that's like obviously future technology and everything. And when they communicate, they have like a sort of FaceTime in the ship, but then they talk through like walkie-talkie stuff. You know what I mean? And there's like a delay. Like they couldn't even comprehend like us even having FaceTime. Like to them, that seemed like maybe too futuristic. Like, or they couldn't even think of it, and that's like our reality. We literally have like an AI sort of companion in our phones or within our reach to ask it any question ever. Like they didn't even really have stuff like that in like things that are based on the future, because you probably didn't perceive them, and that's our reality. Like there's so I think it's called Waymo. Those like taxis that like driverless fucking cars. Like that's a reality, man. Like that seems like futuristic shit, but there's actually like driverless taxis. Like that's insane. Would you get him on?
Yeah, try one. Yeah, yeah, I
Curiosity.
would be scared to try one. Yeah, man.
I would be a
Just
little
to
bit
see.
scared to try them, but I think I'd be like curious to see. This is cool, like the technology and the engineering behind it. I think I'd appreciate more than the scaredness of being no driver. Like I'm like being blown away. Like there's no driver here. I'm just in a car and it's driving itself.
Yeah, I think I probably stamped my foot a few times
Oh
trying to
yeah,
press the brake.
yeah. I'd be nervous. I'd be a bit shook about it, but I think it'd be interesting to experience and see. Like we're at this point. Like this is nuts.
Yeah, and a full circle again with the bioweapons and weaponizing AI and stuff. Like, how many fucking years has it been since there's just been a button there ready to launch a nuke at a different country? It's just been sitting there waiting, not
it,
pressed. You
it's
know
the
what I
same
mean?
thing with Oppenheimer. He split the atom, and obviously that created the nuclear bomb, which is used for horrendous shit. At the same time, we also use nuclear power for a lot of our stuff, so it's like you're gonna get bad shit with a good shit. It's same with anything. Like I said, a car is a great thing on paper. It's just something you get that gets you to A to B. It cuts out long distances by if you have to walk it or get a horse or a donkey or whatever mode of transport you had to do before. But unfortunately, you can get crazy people behind the wheel that just use it as a fucking death machine. But that's a very small percent across the globe. And while that can happen, you can't cater to that 1% because 99% of the people use it like it's meant to be used. Obviously, those people are still fucking vaping and on the phones and not really fucking paying attention to the road. But you know what I mean? Like it's like guns. Like there's if you look whether you believe in gun control or anything, it is a very very small percentage that do fucked up shit with a gun. And so I get why people are against them taking their rights because it's like why cater to a small percentage, but then you just see like a school shot up every fucking week. You're like, ah, maybe something should be done about it. You know what I mean? But like, yeah, it's the same with like GTA's and your Mortal Kombat's and stuff. Like they'll come out and no doubt there'll be something controversial in this GTA that make the news. Can you believe kids are in stripper fucking poles and all that type of stuff? And it's like, you know, like when the hot coffee mod in GTA San Andreas was a thing where CJ was like fucking like the sex mini game and stuff. GTA is always full of controversy, and it's like, oh, but at the end of the day, like that's a small percent. They blame that for when a kid goes and like shoots up a school. Like, oh, kids say rap music and fucking GTA is the reason why he did this. It's like you can't cater to the very small percent because 99% of other kids have played it and been fine.
That's been gone a few years, I'd say, as well. Like, video games cause violence. I ain't seen one of them headlines for fucking years now.
It's probably still out there. I'm gonna Google it right now and see what anything comes up.
But yeah, along the AI race, man, I just want to be able to afford RAM.
I know. I know, man. Yeah, there is videos and stuff. Yeah, there's articles. A lot of them are from a while ago, like the Guardian. Like one was 2019, one was 2013. So maybe they've calmed that down a bit, but there hasn't been anything controversial like a GTA out though since that time, really.
Yeah, it's true. I think it fucking can just come down to like what you're letting your people play, what games you're letting people play as well. You know what I
Also,
mean?
yeah,
Like,
as a parent, I blame them really. If your kid like Max, who comes to you like 4 or 5 years old, and he's like, "Dad, I want GTA," you're like, "That's an 18." You could say, "Okay, yeah, get it," but then you're like technically irresponsible. Like that's on you at that point. Like if you're moaning that kids are playing Call of Duty and hearing like offensive stuff on the mic and like especially with Black Ops 1 coming back and it's like all the emblems like boot holes and that type of stuff. It's like the game's an 18 at the end of the day. Like when you're 18, you should be more enough mature to like be okay with seeing and hearing those things, or as a parent you should, whatever. But if you're giving it to like your 13-year-old kid, like that's on the parents. That's not no
yeah,
longer
it
on the
is.
kid.
Yeah, it is. And you know, my kid's seen all three Deadpools, which is probably a bit fucking controversial, but you know,
No,
you just
I think kids love Deadpool, which is weird to me because I see kids in like cinemas and stuff and Marvel stuff, and like I just see kids in Deadpool like t-shirts and stuff like that. So like I think people like kids really love Deadpool, which is nuts. But maybe they're young enough where they don't really understand the jokes in it enough to really be like, oh, this is weird. They probably just love him because he's funny and he's jokey and he looks a little bit like Spider Man. But yeah, but again, if you know your kid can handle it, it's also fine. Like I said, if your kid's a bit of a fucking weirdo and he cuts himself and he's in his bedroom and he's a bit of a loner, yeah, maybe not. Maybe don't give that guy a shooting game. Like you know your kid as well. At the end of the day, you know what I mean. Most kids are just going to be okay with it normal. If your kid's a bit of a pussy or you know he's going to be scared, like you don't get him a horror game. Like it's down to the parents. It's just idiot people.
but at the same time you gotta kind of be conditioned up and ready for the fucking world. You know what I mean? We went on Black Ops 2 and fucking saw someone with a fucking Charlie Kirk emblem, and we were just like, oh yeah, man, that's how it used to be back in the day. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, that's just the reality of the world, man. You'd rather get there and be like, yeah, this is nothing to me, rather than get there and be fucking shocked.
It's crazy. I was on a game earlier called Mistfall Hunters, and there's like a chat that just pops up constantly, and all of the chat was just like rage bait stuff was what they call. Like it was all like it was stuff that people probably didn't even think, but they just wanted to get a reaction. Like literally, I logged on, the first thing I just saw was just Allah is gay, and that clearly is just trying to get a reaction. But that's the internet, especially when you got like teenagers and young men on the internet. That's just the shit they say, man. And it's not because they actually probably think it. There's definitely some that do, but they're just trying to get a reaction, man. You look at it in Instagram comments, trolls have been a thing online for years. Like people just want to wind people up, whether they think that or not.
Yeah, what I used to do back in fucking 2010, 2015 times, I'll just comment fake. Just on like normal shit, man. Someone baking a cake or anything, just put fake and just watch people go, how the fuck can this be fake?
Yeah, nowadays the reverse of that. He's going real.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Like, this
real.
is so real. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
On an AI shit.
Yeah, yeah, it is. It's fucking. It's all over the place. But I do worry about the. I like the idea of where stuff's going to in terms of technology and just us growing as a society and human race and stuff. But I do worry about just consumerism stuff, like how expensive RAM is and how expensive gaming's becoming and stuff. It is like a. Ooh, that's I don't like. Stopping digital games and then Nintendo and like PlayStation just saying like gold games are gonna go to like £80 now. It's like fucking hell, like £80 for a game. It's not cheap, man. Especially if it's just a game like a Wolverine. Like if a Wolverine came out or a Spider Man, like I'll love it because I love those IPs. But those games are like 15 to 20 hours long, man. And like 80 quid's it's a tough pill to swallow just for a game like that. Like I'm happy to spend that on like an MMO or a game that's gonna last me fucking months and I can chip away at it. But something that I'm just gonna complete in a couple of days, like 80 quid's it's a tough one, man. Like there's gonna be there's some games now where like, there's some games that come to Game Pass that I get because it's technically free that I would never have got otherwise. And there's some games that don't come to Game Pass and they're like £60. It's like, even £60, like that's too much of a risk for me to like. What about if I don't enjoy the game? That's 60 quid, like 80 quid, even more so. Like, there's just going to be games where people just ain't going to bother getting because it's too much to take the risk. And then the other side, it's going to be too much to take the risk of making fun, just out there games because games are expensive and they've got to sell and hit a certain point and they can't afford to flop because if the flop, studios are shut down. So games are just going to become very meticulous and the same, and you won't get like a fun fucking zany game out there because no one's going to want to take the risk. So it's all just going to be the same sort of shit as well.
Yeah, I feel like that's going the same way with movies, TV shows, games. Like stuff's so fucking expensive to manufacture these days that it's got to be at a certain price point just to fucking justify making it in the first place.
Definitely. Yeah, it is. And you know what? Like, this is what I was saying about AI as well last night in my like debate. But I was saying, like, every fucking generation probably says this. Like your granddad said it, your dad's probably said it. Like when things come along and like, oh, this is worrying. How many up and downs of like, oh, how much is petrol going to be in 5 years and stuff. It's just the nature of life. I think where generations just come and go and just moan about, oh, this is changing, and it is a general concern. Like I do think consumerism is like looked at, and they probably just point and laugh at us. Even just like the whole inflation thing when you look at like chocolate bars and like cans of pop on there, like everything's getting smaller, but the prices are fucking jumping up. It's like, I'm getting less from but paying more. It is a problem, and maybe something like AI and the problems we're dealing with the internet is different to other generations. But I do think it's a normal thing as you get older to just be like, oh, I ain't happy how that's going. Oh, fucking how's the next generation going to handle this? But they always just fucking do.
That's why I think you just gotta fucking slip under the radar, man, and just fucking survive. You know what I mean? Slip a chocolate bar in your back pocket, fucking find a dodgy guy for some fucking red diesel and dodge some tax. You know what I mean? You gotta survive out there, man.
Back in the day, there used to be a guy that owned like his own little chocolate fucking confectionery van. I think he must have parked at like you know, maybe schools or workplaces and stuff like that. But every time I used to walk home because he lived by me, he used to be like, "Oh, mate, want some free stuff?" And I used to just get like a chocolate bar, a bag of crisps and that. If you remember him, you reckon now he
I do.
thinks and just sweats about those prices. Man, I'll give a little them out for free.
Yeah,
You know, money I could have had, man. Like he's sweating them. He
yeah.
is.
They're only 50p back then. I remember you used to get here like a free one about 3 times. And then the one day I was like, yeah, let me fucking walk home here, man, see if I get one. And then when it was the two of us, they give us free. You were like, oh,
No, I think he
he was
did.
like, no, did he?
Yeah, we went there, and then I was
Or
like, "Oh,
did he?
that."
But it was melted
Yeah,
or
that's the
something.
thing. Yeah, we saw him, and I said, "Oh, that's the bloke." He was like, "Oh, you're right, mate." He was like, "Oh, help yourself if you want." And then I got some, and he was like, "Yeah, you can have this as well if you want, mate. It's a bit melty, like, but you can have it." And you was like, "Yeah, I'll take it." And he just gave you like a free chocolate bar, whatever it was. But yeah, he did give it us on the house, but he was definitely trying to fuck me. He was, man.
Yeah,
But I was happy.
yeah.
I knew before I even came around the corner when he was there. I was like, make sure I did my tie up and fucking make sure I look fucking prim and proper. I was like, I'm getting myself some fucking free choc, man.
Get them school shorts all tight and that.
Yeah, I was like, man, let me unbutton a couple of motherfuckers.
Yeah, Chris fucking churchyard, man.
Yeah, he might be
Isn't
dead
that,
now.
isn't that Chris Hansen film? Fucking Robert Pattinson.
Yeah, I keep saying that people are saying that he looks like he might get an Oscar, but it's weird that they've turned that into a film, isn't it, really? It's a bit an odd one.
It's weird, man. All these weird films like fucking Tetris and fucking Wile E. Coyote, like there's just films coming out
That
on.
looks cool. I think that Acme versus whatever, like the lawsuit thing. I think actually that looks good, and that got cancelled. That did, by the way. Like the
Mm,
Acme film that got like canned when Warner Brothers like removed a bunch of films. They had like a Batgirl film that was like done, edited, and everything. It was ready to come out, and then they said, actually, nah, we're not releasing it, and they lost like 90 million on it or something. And that was one of the films, but it had like a bunch of screen tests before it got canned, and people loved it. And there was a petition online to like, nah, fuck it, like we want this film out, and then they've released it. To be fair now, but
mm.
people absolutely like love that, and they've brought it back. So that's quite a big thing that's happened with that film. So
Also,
I hope it does well just from that. To be fair,
yeah, I kind of want to go see Odyssey just to experience IMAX. I've never been to a proper IMAX.
I've gone to see some of the big Marvel films, and I think I saw Endgame in IMAX. I saw a couple of the Spider Man in it. If you like, there's a big event, big film, I do like to typically go see IMAX. I saw all the Deadpool's, I think, in IMAX as well.
What
It's cool.
in Birmingham? Because that's the only IMAX one that's
Yeah,
near us.
yeah. I've got to Birmingham. There's two in Birmingham, I think. Um, and I've bounced back and forth between those. It's like an Odeon Lux or something like that. But
Kind of want.
they're good. The screens are huge, man. They're cool.
Yeah, because it's like more square in it than rectangle.
Yeah, it is cool. You can see like it's a different material. So you know when you like look at cinemas and it kind of looks like there's like
It's
fold.
film.
It's like ripply, like the actual
Mm,
like like projector thing though that it's on.
yeah.
Like it kind of looks like if you was to just bend it and stuff, then there'd be like a crease in it. But like even the thing, it looks like a different like material and texture that it projects on as well. Like it's an actual different
Mm.
screen. It's nice. I do
Do you
recommend
want,
IMAX.
do you want to go see it? I ain't too into that film, but
Me
it's
neither.
meant to be.
I've heard it's good. Yeah, I think it's just like 3 hours though, or so. It's long. I think
Mm.
possibly though. I'm going to the cinema on the 11th, like this upcoming Tuesday. It's that secret screening that I'm booked in as well. So I'm curious about that. That's this
What do you mean?
Tuesday. I think I mentioned it a couple of podcasts ago. Like I booked tickets a couple of weeks ago, and it just said like a secret screening.
So you don't know what you're seeing?
Don't know what I'm seeing, and it said like the age
Oh,
rating's 15. It's on for 90 minutes. Um, and then we looked for like tickets to book it, and like there's quite a lot of people going to it as well. So we thought, fuck it, like let's just go. It could be a laugh. So we booked it, and then I asked ChatGPT, and I said, what could it be? Like it's a 15, it's 90 minutes, what's coming out around then I don't really want to know, but I was like curious, and it's like, oh, most of the time that 15 rating and the 90-minute runtime is just like a placeholder for the secret screening, like it could be nothing
oh,
to do with any of that. So yeah, on Tuesday I'm going to see a film and I have no fucking idea what the fuck it is. Me and a bunch of people that also are going to it. So I'm curious to see what that is.
fucking Son of the Mask 2.
Oh man, I said like when we was booking it, I was like, "Fuck yeah!" Like it could be something dead sick or something that I would never go see. And be like, "Ah, it was a good film actually," or just like if it's dead shit, I said if anything, it's a story for the podcast. Like it's just something to just rip on after. You know what I mean? Like I saw that as dead shit, man. But yeah, I've got
Pretty
like
cool
a
idea.
yeah, yeah. Apparently, it's something that like Cineworld do now and again. So yeah, on Tuesday, I'm gonna go just see a random fucking film that I have no idea about. I can't really be asked because I'm just like, what if it's shit, and I'm just there. But no, there's also nothing stopping me from just like leaving. You know what I mean? Like, so I thought, fuck
What
it.
if it's a what if it's a Truman Show reveal and you're the main subject?
Oh man, there was a reality show like that on Amazon called Jury Service. You ever seen or heard about it? It's
No?
fucking cool. To first, so that there's send like a letter to a guy saying he's got to attend jury service, and there's like an actor, James Marsden. He's also Cyclops in Doomsday, and he was Cyclops in the. He's also in the Sonic films. He's the main dude in that, and he turns up obviously as the actor and like a bunch of all people, and the whole jury service he turns up for, it's all actors and scripted, and mad shit starts happening to him. He's like, "What the fuck?" Like, jury dude is like this, and they're playing him, and then at the end, like they all just kind of reveal to him like this has all been like you've all been part of like a big social experiment, and like we've all been in on it, and it was a cool reveal and cool thing. So like it fucking happens. There's literally a TV show about it.
Saw one on Instagram the other day. They've been filming their mate, like covertly fucking recording him just off the phone, having random conversations for 5 months, and just uploading like a couple of minutes of him every day, but he didn't know. And the account got to like 90,000 subscribers, followers,
It's
and
crazy. Man.
it's just him doing like normal random shit, but he's just recorded without knowing.
See, people can just do that and get 90,000 subscribers, and we haven't got that, man, and we're actually doing something.
Pussy wankers, maybe, man.
Pussy wankers, man. Let's end it there.
Yeah.
Just a couple
All
of
right.
pussy wankers.
Me and you, yeah.
Yeah, episode 45, pussy wankers.
Peace.
Peace.
Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast. Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast. Joint Thoughts Podcast. With Dan and Ryan. Joint Thoughts Podcast.
We coasting, with Dan and Ryan, we floating.
Joint Thoughts Podcast.
We coasting, with Dan and Ryan, we floating.
Joint Thoughts Podcast.